Well, that was freaking embarrassing. It happened. I'm gonna own it. It's my fault. No big deal. Move on. We were doing a show. It was dual streamed. I'm not sure if you could see the actual video though, because the Whatnot app was not cooperating. I'm about done with that app, honestly. Probably done with it. This is kind of the last straw, but pulled Dodgers and Blue Jays team cards out of the same pack. That was fun while the World Series Game 1 is going on. But yeah, had to cancel a show due to unforeseen bricking. So, gives me an opportunity to kind of try something. I was ripping some 2002 packs. They were pretty bricked up, unfortunately. They'd all been climate control stored and everything. From the previous buyer, they're by myself during this time here that they've been in my possession. They've all been climate controlled. It's just this shiny coating from these 2000s packs. Anything like 95 till maybe like 2015, 2016, like just has a risk of bricking. So as they were coming apart, we were getting some paper loss and card damage, and it sucks because we were hunting a few cards in that, and we got them. So let's see here. One of them, let's see if I can find them. John B. Casey. So I mean, these are all the big names you want to find. We were finding the good folks that we wanted. And here we go. Here's one. Pool host. See all the little nicks there? Very unfortunate. And here's the Ichiro. The little card or a little bit of glossy loss there and down here. That's what we were looking for. So here's a chance to make lemonade out of lemons, maybe. I don't know. We'll see if it works. I put the packs in the freezer, so we're gonna open them up. We're gonna see if it makes a difference for the rest. I said if I gotta open the rest of these and not sell them. I just couldn't sell them, obviously, in that condition. So I didn't want to do that to people and like have them buying packs and they're just like coming out that way. So hopefully these come apart and there's no loss. These have been in the freezer for about an hour. And I think we're still going to get loss, maybe less, but the whole thing is to try to not force them. Well, how do you not force them? We're still getting loss. So the only ones that are safe are the ones that are on top of the pack, and then they're probably getting damaged on the back. But there's Tim Hudson. These are from 2002 opening day. Steve Finley. This is going to be a bunch of just fire pile. Trot Nixon. Damaged. Bobby Higginson. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try one of each and see how they are. Sandy Alomar. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them in the freezer overnight, and I'll try to re-record in the morning and see if it's any better. Vladimir Guerrero. These are the opening day. And some propaganda there. So maybe, Vlad isn't too bad there, but he still had a little bit of loss on him. So, I think it's going to depend on the pack, maybe. And, this is kind of cool. So look for randomly inserted original Topps cards of Hall of Famers. I think that might be what this is here on the back. I'm going to start this way, and we'll see how this goes. Ooh. Dave Malicki. Tom Glavine. He doesn't look too bad. Might be salvageable. Raul Labanez. Corey Lytle. Pudge on the Gold Glove. It's not bad. That's just like a little line that's in the gloss. Doesn't look like we're losing anything on that one. That's not bad. Save that. Jeff Facero. That one turned out okay. And Dennis Cook. And then this is enter the Ticket to History promotion. So 52 World Series, bleacher admission. I'm not sure. Submit to the conditions set forth on the back hereof. So maybe it's just a contest entry. I don't really know. Entry form. Ticket to history sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Alright, well, I'm going to send that in with my redemptions and see what happens. I've got a pile of redemptions to send in the tops just to see if they'll honor them. They're like 20 or 30 years old. I know they'll send you some stuff. But, alright, we'll try one more of these since these were not too bad. Mark Loretta. Okay, that wasn't bad. There's a Giants team card. I missed the team cards. Like, all the stuff I had growing up had team cards in it. Matt Morris. Robert Person. And these are coming out without damage. Here's Jason Kendall. I like that. Now he got some damage. Armando Rios. And Bill Muller. Definitely got some damage. Alright, they're going back in the freezer. I'm going to try it overnight. And I'll let you know in the morning how they're ripping. Alright, everybody, we're back. It's 6 in the morning. Morning after the disaster. That was the bricked cards. So these have been in the freezer overnight. These are the 2002 Series 2. We're going to see if they're any better. And see if the freezing helps. Well, they definitely come apart. Maybe a little easier. But it is still... Oh, that is better. I don't know. Let's take a look. Ben sheets. You can definitely see my fingerprints where the warmth is unfreezing them. We still have damage across some of these. We're still going to lose some, it looks like. So, Seattle Mariners team card looks okay. Dodgers did not win last night, so we're happy with the Blue Jays victory. Jason LaRue looks okay. Not that we needed it. Larry Walker with the Gold Glove. He looks all right. And I don't know if putting them up here is going to make them stick to the others, but Seth Etherton, I think the theory with freezing is that it kind of contracts the card and pulls it away, maybe in a little bit slower and safer manner from the other. Marvin Bernard and a checklist. Let's try the opening day. Those were the worst. I'm really just hoping we can get maybe another Ichiro and another Pujols that aren't as bad as the ones that came out first. Alright. Propaganda. I think we got a Barry Bonds. The backside, yeah, these are still pretty bad. But, let's take a look. Yeah. We still got some loss. And it has to do, I think, in particular, Derek Bell. We're getting the loss where this photo on the back is touching the photo on the front. So it's the photo finishes. So I think that's the big issue here. See, if you look here, the majority of the damage is right down here, which this was against that photo. So you're pulling that apart. That's what's causing the issue. We're going to lose a Mike Mussina. Yep. Got some loss on that. It's not really working too well with the opening day. And that's unfortunate because there's a Roy Oswalt Rookie Cup, which is one of the cards I was looking for. And that one is actually, because it was this and this, it's actually not as bad. Like, there's a little bit of issue there, but we'll see how that shapes out. And then maybe there's just season highlights cards. So we have rookies, 3,000 hits. They use the same image as the walks. Man, that's a bummer. And then we got Barry with the 500th career home run. We have some loss up there. Man, that sucks. Now, what I did not do was crack them, because you're not supposed to. I'd be curious to see if that helps or hurts before pulling them apart. If you crack them, like an ice cube, does it help or hurt when pulling them apart? And you know what? We might just find out that for this year and this type of card, it's not going to matter either way. It's all going to be bad. Alright. Yep. So there's Andres Galarraga, big cat. And he's still stuck to the card behind him. So Klaus. Now, I don't think there's no Alfonso Soriano. Oh my man. Reggie Sanders. Oh, that's such a bummer. We got one of the race to 73 cards. And it's got loss all the way down. That sucks. Was it Valentine? Dang. Alright. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open the rest of these. Now I know there's one other thing I could try, which would be to humidify the cards again. I've seen people do that. Now, I happen to be a cigar guy, or have been more so in the past than current, but I have some little Bovita humidification packs, and could try to use them in a humidor type situation to try to infuse moisture back into the card and see if it separates without damage. I don't know how that will work. So what I'm going to do is open the rest of the 2002 opening day cards. I'm going to see if there's anybody worth keeping. Since we know they're bricked and we know it's going to be damaged if I pull them apart, I'm going to just see. So we got Jeff Jenkins on this side of the brick, and we got Christian Guzman on this side of the brick. We have no way of knowing who is in the middle unless they pull apart, and these don't really want to pull apart without damaging. So I'm going to open them. I'm hoping maybe we can see a good card that's worth saving, and then I'll use that pack to experiment with the rehumidification and get rid of them. So, okay. So here's one. So CC Sabathia, this is a Gold Cup. This is a Gold Cup rookie. So this would be a card that I would want. I'm going to try this rehumidification method in the Tupperware with the humidification packs and see how that works. I've got. We'll leave it in there for a couple weeks. We'll see how that works. Look, it's rehumidification is a much slower process than freezing, obviously. So I'm going to give it all the time in the world. They didn't brick this way overnight, so they're not going to fluff back up overnight. They're going to need time. Fernando Vina, Eric Chavez. I'm hoping in the middle of one of these there's another Ichiro or Pujols, and we're not, losing everything. Kevin Young and Frank Thomas. That would be worth keeping. Let's see how these go. There's only 6 packs left, so I might put more than one in the container, depending on how big my humidor situation is. Oh, there's a Mark McGuire, Jeff Conine. But I think that's what I'm going to do. That way we can try a whole other method, get a whole other video out of it, share it with you, and share the results. So there just may be no hope for the 2002. That is very possible. Just kind of like the Stadium Club. Sometimes there's just no hope. You're not going to get them unbricked. It really has to do a lot with that photo finish. And it was very, at least with the Stadium Club, it was early in the days of that photo finish. So I don't think they really knew what to do with it yet. Now there's a team card. That came out perfectly. It was not stuck. And of course it's Baltimore Orioles, so that's fun. It looks like the Series 2 is operating better than Rafael Furcal. I will save that for, let's see, TCB likes Rafael Furcal. Jimmy Goebel, remember that. Leonard DiNardo. Jim Edmonds on the Gold Glove. He's coming apart. So these might be okay. We'll try a couple more. Bruce Chen. I didn't know he was from Panama. That's cool. Jason Schmidt. Well, let's see if we can get the Rookie of the Year card at least, or the MVP cards. Some of the propaganda is fun to look at. So there's eTopps Baseball, online game. Kind of build your card collection. That precursor to Top Bunt, maybe. Eric Karros. He was a big name back in the day. You wanted that card. Tony Armas Jr., Rod Beck, Jock Jones. Haven't seen that in a while. There we go. There's Nomar. One of his last couple years in Boston before that whole thing went down. Rick White and Miguel Cairo. Need assist on opening these. Okay. Arabelle Durazo. I remember that name. Darren Fletcher. Hey, there's a Tim Salmon. TCB, I'm starting a pile for you, bud. Alright, Jamie Moyer. Bill Hall, prospect. Scott Spezio. Adam Eaton. My rooster outside is crowing. I do have some chickens here, and I have a little bantam rooster. He thinks he's the shit. He is crowing this morning. Alright, Preston Wilson. Brett Prinz. Matt Anderson. So I've got to insert. Oh, look at that. All-World Team Barry Bonds. That's actually a real thick card for back in the day. Huh. That's a real thick insert for back then. That is super cool, actually. I wasn't even aware of that insert. So that's super. I will have to check that. I don't know how rare it is. It doesn't have any numbering on it. I think this is maybe pre-numbering. That numbering stuff really, at least to the degree it is now, with different numbered parallels or things like that. There's Roberto Hernandez. They didn't have that quite yet, I don't think. I could be wrong. 2000 maybe started some of that, but here's a Barry Bonds all-world team. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know if it's just a regular. It's really thick. It's what surprised me about it, because I'm not used to seeing really thick cards this early, I don't think. Obviously, we have different brands now, or not different products now, I guess, from the different brands that had thicker cards in them, but I was not expecting that from this. John Rocker, he was a menace. Juan Uribe was still playing. Carlos Guillen, somebody stuck to him. Rob Nen. Jeff Cirillo. I saw the Seattle on the O, and I thought Ichiro, but Jeff Cirillo. Disappointing. Carlos Lee, he was very good in his day. And Brent Butler. Put Carlos Lee up there. So it appears maybe the freezing is helping with the later ones here. The Series 2. There's Chad Durbin. Julian Tavares. There's Tony Batista for the O's. Steve Traxel. There we go. We got a Maddox. I love Maddox. And the one we got out of the opening day packs was damaged pretty badly. There's Kevin Brown. And big hurt, Frank Thomas. He came out with no damage, so that's good. All right, Sean Wooten on the Gold Cup. He's one of the rookies that wasn't really chased. Henry Blanco. I mean, when your Gold Cup rookie class is Ichiro, Pujols, Oswalt, Jimmy Rollins, and guys like that, a guy like Sean Wooten kind of gets lost in the shuffle there. J.D. Drew, Jose Mercedes, Jason Schmidt, David Bell. I still think we're going to get another Ichiro and another Pujols, I think. Because we have two chances with each player, at least for the end of the year cards. There's an Angels team card. Let's go this way. Checklist. We'll get another insert. Adam Eaton. Juan Cruz. Hey, there we go. Look at that. Ichiro Gold Glove. Perfect. And I'm going to let these thaw out before I put them in the sleeves. So, because I don't want anything sticking to a sleeve by having that extra frozen moisture in there. I don't want to do that. So there we go. 52 World Series highlights. Stengel congratulates Reynolds. That's a nice insert. That is a nice insert. Put this up here. All right, Dave Freese, Rivera's. I'm not sure. Kirk Reuter. We got Angels team card, and we did have. I don't know if this is in the photo, but this wasn't stuck to anything, so there shouldn't be any wasp there. That just might be the photo. Oh, like a glare. So it looks like the freezing is helping with some of these. And look, maybe it just needs a minute to thaw after it freezes. I don't know. I'm not sure what makes Series 2 different. It does look like different paper. So I don't know if that factors into it. Maybe it's less photo finish on it. I don't know. Brett Abernathy. Ricky Leday. Octavio Dotel. He was pretty good back in the day. Joe Mays. Sterling Hitchcock. There's Atlanta Braves card. I miss team cards. There's probably nothing more awkward than like getting grown adults to line up for like a kid's school picture. Andy Pettit. There we go. And I'm sure maybe was it did the players ask for it in the CBA? Like no more team pictures. All right, let's see if this. Nope. I thought. Yeah, no, it's not gonna help. Not helping. We're gonna have to try the rehumidification on those. Well, let's rip through the rest of the series too. Give you guys something to look at here. I think we're having good luck so far. I don't want to jinx it, but these seem to be separating without damage much easier. Alex Ochoa, Todd Walker. We got a little tiny bit there in the middle. And there's we got a nice card. I don't know what it is. Orlando Hernandez. All right, so this is from the 52 World Series insert. A Preacher Row gold card. What the heck? I don't know if they were all like this or if this is something special. And there was nothing glossy on the back, so that came right off. Oh, wow. I like this a lot. I'm getting more and more interested in vintage. I had a chance to grab something off of Facebook Marketplace this week. We're going to put it in another video. I'll just kind of give you a little teaser there. We'll put that in another video. And I think it is authentic. Roger Clemens will do a video on what I used and what I did to kind of help determine that I think it's authentic. Aaron Rowand, John Garland. That'll be a whole another video, maybe more than one. We'll see how that goes. Neffy Perez. Now this feels really bricked in the middle. I don't think this one's going to be a friendly one. Nope. D'Angelo Jimenez. Mike Morgan. Hopefully there's no Ichiro Pujols in here. Oh. Jock Jones. That's alright. We can lose to Jock Jones. Rick Reed. Rich Aurelia. There's Pokey Reese. One of the best names in baseball. I don't know how he got that name. I don't know if it's a nickname. Don't know. Sometimes they put a little. Oh, that's got to be. That's probably his name. I don't know. It's not like the old days where they gave you a nickname and you were stuck with it for the rest of your career. Like if he was really slow and they called him Pokey because he was slow, or Pokey because he was always in jail. I don't know. Pittsburgh Pirates team card. Not excited. Joe Mays. Vernon Wells. Oh, that's a bummer. We got some damage right down the middle of Vernon Wells. Royce Huffman. Josh Towers. Fred McGriff. All right. That's a little bit better than the one we got last night. There's still a little bit of damage here and a little there. Man. All right, Tsuyoshi Shinjo. That's really difficult to say. This is the other Japanese rookie. There were a couple that year, but Shinjo was not Ichiro, but he was also pretty highly touted. He was one of the others that came over. Did not have the same faring as Ichiro did. Dahlbach, Brian Dahlbach, Charles Nagy, draft pick Stan Johnson. Here's Randy Johnson with the D-backs. I like that. Pablo Ozuna. Here we got Mike Lieberthal. I think we're getting, I don't know how much longer he played. I don't remember. I didn't follow the Phillies that closely. I was an Orioles fan, obviously, so I just wasn't. I don't have a good grasp of, unless they're a huge name and had a big retirement going out. I don't have a good grasp on the lengths of everyone's career. Troy O'Leary, that's what Google's for. Freddie Garcia, Felix Martinez, Randy Velarde. There's Mike Mussina with the Gold Glove. I like Mike. I used to try to throw a knuckle curve, and I got decent at it for Little League standards. Chad Kruger, I was a lefty, so I throw left-handed. So I said was a lefty. I don't still throw left-handed. Of course, I still throw left-handed. I just don't throw very much anymore, unless it's something at the kids. Rusty Greer round out the pack. I used to try to throw the knuckle curve, and I'd sit there and practice that. Bell, Kerry Wood. I don't know that I ever threw it in a game. I mean, as a 10 and 12-year-old, you're not throwing knuckle curves in games. You're just trying to hit it over the plate. Like Kerry Wood, it's a bummer that got damaged. All right, Mark Johnson, Jose Vidro, Timo Perez, Gary Matthews Jr., and Raul Mondesi. He was good back in the day too. We'll put him up there. He's a Blue Jay. We'll put him up in honor of the Blue Jays win last night. Addison Barger, the hero of the game, hitting the first pinch hit grand slam in World Series history, I think is what I read. All right, Abraham Nunez. That Cubbies team card. Bubba Trammell. John Halama. Let's see who's Chuck Finley. He got a little bit of damage there. Jeff Conine. His son's playing now. I know I'm getting old when my favorite players' sons are playing. Jermaine Dye. Decent card. Put Jermaine up there. I'm really curious about that Barry Bonds all-world team card. I'm wondering if that's the case hit of the box. Hey, we got an Andres Galarraga on top, so maybe that one's not going to be as bricked or damaged. Oh, yeah, there we go. So we got a clean Galarraga. That's nice. Todd Hundley. There's the Rays team card. All right. Like Matthews. Got Todd Helton Gold Glove. Like that. Put Todd up there. Another Barry. This one looks clean. It's off center, but it's clean. Hideki Irabu. There we go. I don't see a ton of, maybe a little mark there. I can't tell if that's a cloud or if that's damage. Oh, it's a trademark. So that one's clean. I was like, is that a cloud? We'll put Hideki back there. Running out of space. We still have not seen a Pujols in the Series 2. Oh, he's in that picture somewhere. Cardinals team photo. Steve Sparks, Jay Buhner. He's a beast. I keep seeing the reel where Ken Griffey Jr. is talking about him. I don't know if it's a retirement or maybe he's, I don't know. It feels like it's at Seattle's stadium, but I don't think it's Cooperstown. I thought it might be like his Hall of Fame induction speech, but it doesn't look formal enough. It looks like it's on a field, so I wondered if it was like a retirement thing. But it's Griffey talking about Jay Buhner and like how good of friends they were, even though they're so different. That's a very good speech. And if something ever happened to him and his wife, he would want Jay Buhner to watch over his kids. That's a high compliment. And then Jay Buhner promptly gives him the finger because he's making him cry. That's how you know you have a good friend. Milton Bradley and then Tyler Houston. All right, Shane Halter. A Red Sox team card. I'm going to throw that away. Nate Espy, Phillies, draftee. D. Brown. I know, like, okay. He's not who I was thinking of. My stomach is rumbling. It's like, hey, you've been awake for an hour. You need to put something in me. All right, Brad Ausmus with the Gold Glove. And this one also got a little corner damage down here. Pablo Arias and another Jeff Conine. All right, we got like 6 or 7 packs left, folks. Thanks for hanging in there with me for this experiment. I think what I'm going to do is, when we're done opening the packs, I'm going to do a little quick research, and we'll come back and I'll tell you about that Bonds card and maybe this card over here, because I want to know more about him. Rod Barajas, Jay Payton, Jose Lima, Delino DeShields, Brooke Fordyce. Oh man, I remember that. So this is the post Chris Hoiles era, pre Matt Wieters era, when the Orioles just went through a ton of no-name catchers. Chris Singleton, Matt Stayers. That was a bummer of a pack. Brooke Fordyce. All right, Scott Ellerton, Damian Easley. This did not separate easily. Donnie Sadler, Raul Mondesi. Okay, now this looks like an actual gold card. So 51 years of collecting across the top. You can see the paper's different color-wise, and it has a little bit more shine to it. So this is the numbered gold card. So they were doing this. Okay. I don't know what year this started, but this is the actual numbering of the gold card with the year. Unfortunately, we did get a little bit of wear on that. We'll put that up, but that's a nice addition there. Doug Mankiewicz, Wendell McGee, Nick Neugebauer. I don't know. Nick. And then Gabe Kapler. All right, Brian Giles. Ooh, these are bad. I'm going to try to separate them all first, maybe. Brian Giles, David DeLucci, Tomo-Oka. Put him over here with Hideki. Ryan Rayburn, Matt Lawton, Edgar Martinez. He's good. And Lance Berkman, also good. All right, we got 4 more packs. 1, 2, 3, 5 more packs to get a pool holes. Oh man. All right, Joe Nathan. Definitely good in his own right. Kip Wells, Jack Wilson, Larry Bigby. He was the one of the potential autos we could get out of this box, I think. Larry Bigby for my O's. Chris Benson, Fernando Vina on the Gold Glove, Steve Cox. 4 more packs. New York Mets team card. They were trash back then too. Oh man. Alright, who do we got here? These Rafael Furcal. Stick that back there. Todd Helton. Now that I know who people are collecting, I'm starting little piles for everybody that I can send off. Carl Pavano. Mike Hill. Orlando Merced. Pat Rapp. 3 more packs. Oh, we got another big insert there, and it's got damage. Dang it. That sucks. One of those thick inserts, so they must not be that uncommon. Dan Patterson, Toby Hall, Darren Erstad, nice. TCB likes him as well. Alright, Pudge. Ivan Rodriguez on the all-world team. We did get a little bit of, maybe, a little bit of, I can't tell if it's a damage or an island. We're going to say maybe it's an island. Not bad. Not bad. So they must not be that rare if I got 2 in a box. There's Mike Cameron. He was good. Pat Burrell. Very good. And Roberto Alomar. We'll round this out. Robbie's got to go up. Pat Burrell should probably go up. Oh, we're at the capacity for the stand. All right. Oh, these aren't bricked at all, except that middle one. Nice. Sean Green. D'Angelo Jimenez. Oswaldo Fernandez. Mike Soroka. Jose Offerman. Joe McEwing. And Bernie Williams. I got clean Bernie. That's good, because the one I got earlier was definitely not clean. Alright, last pack Magic. Let's see what we got. No big thick insert, but we still want a full holes. I don't know if we're going to get one. Alright, there's Tony Clark. I don't know why that was backwards. Philadelphia Phillies team card. Like Dar. Scott Rowland Gold. Alright. That actually might be the best one we've gotten. Scott Rowland on the gold. Hey! I didn't even catch it, but we got one. Look. Rookie of the Year, Albert Pujols. Fantastic. Hopefully not too stuck back here. It is not. National League Rookie of the Year. It's pretty well centered. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Chris Gomez and So Taguchi. He is So Taguchi. Another one of the Japanese players that came over in that era. Well, I think I like the Pujols. I like the Ichiro. I like these all-world cards. They're super cool. We got Scott Rowland Gold. And we got this guy here, Preacher Row, on the 52 set. I'm going to kind of pause and do a little homework, and then I'll come right back. All right, so like I thought, most of these, are pretty common. There's nothing super rare here. I think this insert set, we're all in the gold, so that's not anything special. It looks like there are plenty of these out there on eBay for $1.50 if you want one. The all-world teams, people actually have those up on eBay for $1 or $2 a piece. The Scott Rowland numbered card, that's all over the place. There's only a couple of those up there. This one, interestingly, graded on eBay right now. There are, let's see here. There are 6 of them graded at a 10. And some of them are just the Gold Cup card. And these are just asking prices, so they're not sold prices. Let me see if I can go to sold. So the last one of these, it was a 10 PSA 10, sold for $150 and $99 before that. So I can only imagine when he's eligible for the Hall and he gets in first ballot, these things will have a little surge in popularity. So that'll be interesting to see. I'm going to evaluate this one more closely. I don't think there's any surface damage on it, on the front or the back. This came out super clean. I'm so happy that it did. So I'm going to post this. This will be posting Saturday. I will have my show on Whatnot on Sunday night. Saturday night, tonight we're not ripping, we're doing singles. We've got singles from the 2000s through like 2013. Sunday night, we're going to do this box, which is the 2001 Upper Deck on Whatnot, so we can look for Pujols and Ichiro rookie cards. Yeah, so that's it, folks. I think we can say the freezing helped on the Series 2, but there was no hope on the opening day, so I'm going to take those and we're going to try the humidity trick, and we'll see if that helps at all and fluffs them up enough to separate them. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. I know these were a little bit longer of a video, but I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, appreciate you hanging with me. Keep ripping wax.